Hello, beautiful creatures of the world, and welcome back to Coffee with Kerri-Lynn. We are having extreme weather in the Crown of Maine today. So if you're in the county, you know that all the warnings are up. We have a wind chill warning, we have a blizzard warning, and they'll be in effect until 7 p.m. tomorrow night. That would be Saturday. So if you don't need to go out anywhere, please don't go out. It is not fit for man nor beast outside. I'm out in it every half hour. I'm going to the barn, make sure all the barn critter is doing well. But I can tell you, it's getting windier and it's getting colder out there. We're in the fiber studio, and I'm watching the whiteout conditions whoop across the street. It's awful. There are moments that you just can't see outside. So if you don't have to go outside today, please don't sit by your wood stove. Kick your feet up, grab a cup of coffee, grab a cup of tea, grab a cup of hot chocolate, put an extra dollop of whipped cream in it, and just relax. We are on the small camera again. I love that wide-angle camera that I was using, but that was a but. Things just seem to be going along just hunky-dory, and then you notice something. Well, we were putting together some shorts the other day. I like doing the shorts. They're the blooper reel. All the mistakes that we make, we just kind of cut them all together and present them with some music in the background. But I was noticing that the earlier footage from this camera, when put right next to the wide-angle shots that I was doing, the wide-angle camera, that camera, the wide angle, is very grainy, and just, I mean, the quality of the video just isn't what I like. We are a young channel, so we're learning things, but hey, it's part of it, right? So I have some things coming in mail. I'm an office supply electronics girl. So we're going to remedy that right quick, and hopefully we'll have a nice wide-angle camera that's nice and crisp and clean and clear so that you can enjoy these videos. I need 50 subscribers. We're up to 24, and I so appreciate you guys. Thank you for subscribing to my channel. I need 50 subscribers not to get monetized, because for that I need 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 viewer hours. What I want 50 subscribers for is so I can do lives, so I can interact in real time with you guys on YouTube. It's what I enjoy. I don't mind riffing, to myself and posting it later. I call these pre-recorded lives. We don't edit here, but I really like doing lives. I like the interaction. So if you can just like this video, subscribe to the channel, share my channel with your friends and tell them to subscribe, and we can get up to 50 subscribers, and I'll be able to do live, and we'll be able to communicate and talk and, ask questions back and forth and shoot around ideas, talk about everything under the sun. We are not a teaching channel. If you want to learn how to homestead, you want to learn how to can, and you want to learn how to do survival stuff, there are plenty of other YouTube channels with people that have been doing it a very long time, as long as us, if not longer. Go to those channels. They will literally teach you how to do things. Me, I just want you guys to, do some critical thinking. My needs are different than yours. My property is different than yours. My choices are different than yours. For me to say, oh, you should do this way. Well, hey, I live on some acreage. I have a modest home. You could be living in an apartment in New York City, and what I'm doing, what I'm telling you to do, just won't work in the city. So everybody has their own needs, and I want you to think, if an emergency happens, whether it's a blizzard or an ice storm or the grid goes down, what are going to be your basic needs that are going to get you through the hump of the crisis? That's what we're here for. We want people to critically think again. And that's very, very important to us. And like I said, my needs are different than yours. So today we're going to talk about the World Economic Forum. Spooky guys. They say a major cyber attack is coming. So how fragile is our grid, Kerri? Well, let me tell you. It's only going to take losing 9 or 10 of those substations. You know the substations that were in the news not too long ago that suddenly disappeared from the news cycle, all that nonsense? And now nobody's talking about it. And it was a blip, and everybody forgot about it. The average everybody forgot about it. Well, if we lose 9 to 10 of those substations, we can lose power in the entire U.S. for months to years. Yes, guys, it's not going to take much. There's thousands of the substations, but you only need to take out 9 or 10. It can take up to 2 years to get components to fix them. And we don't have stockpiles of equipment to bring us back online quickly at all. If a radical shutdown of our grid does happen, it can take 5 years to put 80% of the United States back online because we lack the parts to do so. So what happens if there's an EMP strike? What happens if there's a cyber attack that takes out the grid? Well, in about 72 hours of an EMP, things everywhere are going to get super duper chaotic. Not to scare you, but it's just not going to be pleasant out there. You're not going to want to be out in it. In the first 5 minutes of an EMP, a few 100,000 people will perish. Not kidding. Between all the planes in the air that will be disabled, all the cell phone communications, all the electronic communications that go down, your medical facilities will not be able to function. You will have no ability to call for help. You are then on your own. Can you make it? Can you survive? Can you wait out the worst of it? Do you have the things on hand that keeps you out of the melee of people that are going to freak out and go get what they don't have? And they don't care how they get it. They ain't going to be nice about it. Remember when everybody was buying up toilet paper a couple of years ago? Everyone is going to feel the chaos immediately. And it's going to be more than no toilet paper at the store. So what's going to happen? One of the first things that are going to happen is your money will become worthless immediately. So if you have money tucked under your mattress, it's going to be worthless. Nobody's going to want to barter a paper product. You don't know when things are coming back. You don't know when banks are opening. They're not going to want to barter that little piece of paper for something absolutely tangible like a gallon of milk. If the grocery stores aren't overrun and things are not gone through the chaos of nasty individuals that rob things, and they do have stuff, and maybe the grocery store does have security, and they don't get people running in and taking things. They're not going to want your money, and your credit cards ain't going to work. Your utilities aren't going to work. So you're going to have zero utilities, and nobody's going to want your money, and there's going to be no food available. So how are you going to survive? So the problem is people do not pay attention to anything that does not immediately affect them. The general population, the general public does not want to hear about this. Okay? People don't protect themselves. They have no ability to be self-sufficient or sustain themselves for a few days, let alone a few weeks, let alone a few months. One of the things that we have to ask ourselves is, what do we have on hand to allow us to stay inside our home until things can start being sorted out? Because, once people understand that there's nobody coming to help them, it's going to get real bad. It's going to get real bad. So do you have 2 to 4 weeks worth of water? Some people can put that in their home. Some people can't. Do you have a basic water purification system? Everybody, no matter where you live, you can go to Walmart for $20. You can get a basic water purification system in case you have to go get water out of the gutter, okay? You can at least purify it. If you take daily medication, do you have enough on hand? These are big questions. And as far as food goes, do you have enough food supply for yourself, your pets, and if you have farm critter, do you have enough food supply for them? Especially if it happens in the winter. Do you have security for yourself to keep yourself safe in your home in the coming months? Do you have a skill that you can barter for tangible item? Maybe you do, maybe you don't. Maybe you got a skill. Maybe you're a carpenter. Maybe you're a seamstress. You have a skill that you can put to use, something that people need. Do you have chickens and eggs? People will need eggs. Now, among other things that people, when they start building pantries, again, I'm not going to tell you how to build a pantry. I will tell you how we build a pantry. I follow the Latter-day Saints pantry building. LDS pantry. Google it up. I get the needs for my family. Now, on the Latter-day Saints, they give you the poundage of different things that you should have to sustain yourself for self-reliance, whether it be a loss of a job, extreme weather. I mean, nobody's planning for the end of the world. But these are things that they do, and they break down the poundage. I buy what my family likes. I use that as a loose guideline on what I should have. And then I add to it what my family likes. We have the grandchildren. So Mima's got chocolates, and she's got all little trinkets and treasures and little bitty toys, and she's got big toys and she's got small toys. And we've got books, and we've got all kinds of board games and entertainment things for the children, and we've got the food. And this is how I build. My pantry is all inclusive. It includes entertainment, food, and medical. Be it bandages. Do you got enough bandages? Do you got enough peroxide? Do you got enough alcohol? Do you got enough shampoo? Do you got enough soap? Do you got enough dish lotion, dish detergent? These are things that people don't think about when they're building their pantry. The subtle things, like did you get the big Dawn bottle of Dawn, or do you have no Dawn? Do you have nothing extra? It's hard. The economic times are hard. It's difficult. But these are things that we need to think about, because, hurricanes happen. Weather happens. Today, weather's happening. And luckily, we have enough that I don't have to go to the market today. Himself will finish doing what he's got to do and come straight home. And we'll be home for the foreseeable future, probably until Sunday or Monday. It's just one of those things. We don't have to go out. When you're building your pantry, when you're taking care of your needs, you need hard copy things that are not digital. How about books? Do you have a foraging book? It's a good thing to have. Whether you live in the city or you live in the country, it's a good thing to get yourself a good quality foraging book. Do you have a book on herbal remedies? Do you have a book on herbal teas? Do you have any herbs available to you? If you don't have the ability to forage, like you live in a city and you don't have the ability to forage herbs, or you don't have the ability to grow your own herbs, you can buy herbs. You can buy herbs there's many reputable places you can get herbal tea right at the market. But it's good to have a book on herbs so that you know that you're using the teas, even the go buy Stash or Celestial Seasonings or Twinnings or any of them. It's good to know what herbal tea is good for what ails you. And a good herbal remedy book will do. One thing when you are working with herbs, guys, my pet peeve is, I see it all the time at the craft shows around, and they're selling the herbal remedies and they're selling herbal teas, but nobody bothers asking the person buying it if they have any allergies. So before you dispense natural herbal remedies, whether it's tinctures or just a simple cup of tea, make sure the people that you're giving it to are not allergic to any of the ingredients in your product, okay? It just peeves me. I've been working with herbs a long time, since I was 16 years old, and it's almost a lifetime. And it really irks me when nobody asks anybody, are you allergic to this? And they just start dispensing things. That's not how it works. Learn your herbs. If you're interested in it, it's fantastic. It's wonderful. I love making tinctures. I really do. And I like making salves, and I do all that, but the natural crafting and all. But I always find out, first of all, you got to know what you're working with. Okay. So study one herb at a time. That's a very good tip. And secondarily, when you start dispensing this, your tinctures, your salves, any of your homemade remedies, make sure that the people that you're dispensing them to are not allergic to what you're giving them. Very important. Books are a great thing, because when there is no electricity, there's going to be no way to get online and figure things out. You're going to have to use your brains. You're going to have enough food in your house. You're going to have enough medical supply to get through. I mean, realistically, it's going to take a long time. It's going to take a long time. But realistically, for most people, if you can get about a month's worth of storage to be self-sufficient in your home, then you can avoid the initial chaos. You can stay in your home for at least the first month when everything is really crazy out there, and just stay safe and keep your family fed, keep your family warm, and keep your family healthy. So these are the things we want you to think about. Carpe diem, beautiful creatures of the world. And remember, nobody promised you a tomorrow.